but obviously when you were 15 years old, a tough time in your life. What happened and how did that shape you?
Yeah, so I was at the golf course. It was March 26th, 2005. And my dad and brother were unfortunately killed in a car accident. They were on their way to pick me up from the golf course. And yeah, I mean, you see it on the news, you see it on TV shows, you see it in movies, and you never think it'll happen to you, and it did, and it's something that I think about every day. It's just kind of part of my life, I guess, and something that happened to me. And I may think about it for like a minute a day. I may think about it for like an hour a day. I may think of it for half the day. It changes just all the time. But no, it changed my whole life. Just the way I think about things, the way I act, just kind of everything.
Your dad, Tim, your brother, Chris, was 10 years
Mm,
old. You were 15.
yeah.
How were they at that point in your life instrumental to you as a golfer?
So my dad was huge. He's the one who took me to all the tournaments. Both my parents were working parents growing up, so my dad had more freedom calling off work and whatnot. So yeah, he was the one who would take me to tournaments and travel with me and whatnot. And my mom was always kind of with my brother. And Chris was he was just getting into golf. I remember I had a deal with the local course that I grew up at in Canal Fulton, Lions Den Golf Course, that we would work for free play, and work was basically picking up the range or cleaning up carts in the evening. So I thought it was amazing at the time. Looking back on it, may have been, uh, maybe been an abuse of power in a sense, but no, yeah, Chris had started to come out a little bit and he was just getting into the game, but he was more of a video gamer slash, this is weird to say as a 10-year-old, but U.S. historian, kind of a war buff. He would set up these epic like battles with these little toy soldiers. I'm talking hundreds of them in his room, and I would go in there, and if I would touch one of them, I would get just absolutely scolded. So I quickly learned not to touch anything when he was doing anything. But no, he was just getting into it, so it'd be really cool to see like where he'd be today. I mean, he'd be 29. Like you never know what he'd be doing. Whether he could be caddying for me, he could be traveling, he could be living somewhere, and I wouldn't hear from him for like a month, and then he'd call me out of the whim, and we'd talk for 5 hours, type of thing. So you never, you actually never know with him. But no, I miss them both dearly, and I'd basically give anything back to have a day with them.